The football team, my boy Doctor here, as he gave his life to Christ, and his life became radically transformed. I've watched Doctor mature in his faith and go into a bold evangelist for Christ. It all culminated this year when we ran student athlete outreach on our campus. I watched Doctor step up to the plate in front of a crowded classroom and share the powerful testimony of how God came into his life at his lowest moments. And pull him back up and save him. That night, over 10 athletes gave their lives to Christ. We are beginning to see a young generation of athletes rise up on our campus who are passionate about Jesus, living for him, and declaring his name. I just want to encourage everyone here. We all have our spheres of influence. Mine is athletics. We all have our spheres of influence. And if you humble yourself and ask God to use you, it's incredible what he can do. I just want to pass the mic to my boy Matt as he shares a powerful testimony of how God's worked in his life over the last year.
Thanks, man. I love this place, man. It's so hype in here. I love all y'all. It's great to be here. I'm very excited to be here. I was here exactly 1 year ago. Campus Harvest asked me to share my journey of what happened before then and what's happened in my life since then. So, basically, just to get into it, I was born in a Christian home, Christian morals and everything, but I didn't have a personal relationship with God, so I had a knowledge of God, but I didn't have a personal relationship with God. I didn't know what he could do in my life personally. So by the time I got to high school, my identity was found in basketball. That's all I cared about. That was my goal. That's all I wanted to do. And so, got to basketball. That's all I wanted to do. And my goal was to make it to post-secondary, play in a post-secondary institution, play ball there. And the following year, I accomplished that goal. I was there playing at University of Calgary, and it was great. But there was still an emptiness inside. There was still something I was searching for, and I didn't know what it was. I still felt like I was missing something in my life. And so I went on for about 6 months searching for that truth. I went through looking for a bunch of different religions, trying to figure out what was going on. If I was here for a greater purpose, if I was here to serve in a different way or do something with my life instead of just playing ball. There's got to be more. So I started getting people around me. People started to reach out to me. Pastor Steve, my boy Dustin here, his dad started to meet with people, and connections were coming out of everywhere. And so one time, I met Pastor Steve, and he brought me out to Campus Harvest. This was last year, and it changed my life. I've never experienced the love that that was going on, like the love for Jesus, the love for God that I felt, and it was amazing. So it led up to me the Saturday, gave my life to Christ, and my life to Christ, started serving him. I made the decision from there on out to live for God every day, to live for God daily. And I thought it was going to be great. I thought it was going to be easy. I thought it was all going to be perfect. And the doors started opening right away. I was blessed to play on the junior national team for Canada. Team Canada played there for last summer. Amazing experience, and it took a lot from it. And stuff was really going good. I loved it. And then I came back 2 months later, and I faced the biggest trial of my life, this far of my life. And I was really tested. I was really tested in so many areas of my faith. And I was tested in a lot of areas of my faith, and my body started to break down. I got really sick. And so this happened the first 2 games we played. I couldn't move my arms past 9 degrees, so I was playing basketball for 2 games like this. I couldn't touch my shoulders or anything. And so I went to the hospital, and I'm sitting down with the doctor in the hospital. He's telling me that my kidneys are failing, that there's risk of kidney failure and liver failure. So I'm kind of freaking out. I didn't know what's going on. So I was stuck in the hospital for a little bit. And they took care of all the major risks, so I thought everything was going to be okay. So I went back home, thinking I'm going to start playing again, and everything was supposed to get better, but it got worse. Everything got worse. And I actually was diagnosed with another disease. It's called polymyositis, and it messed me up pretty bad. So I was now kind of in the dark. I wasn't able to walk at times, wasn't able to do much, had to drop out of school, couldn't play ball, couldn't do any kind of physical activity, and it was a really tough time. And so people started telling me tales about diseases, specialists and everything, doctors, people have died from this. So I started to freak out a little bit. I don't know what to do, and I don't know who to look to, so all I had was God. And at that time, looking at God, trying to figure everything out, and it led up to the worst week so far of the whole experience. I was stuck in bed for a week straight. Wasn't walking to school, wasn't going to see anyone. Really tough time. And it led up to on the Monday. This was Monday to Sunday. It was hell. Honestly, it was hell. And on Monday we had our Athletes in Action Bible study. We were all chilling, doing our thing. We had John Rohr up there. He was praying for everybody, and he was praying for me at one point. He was praying for healing. So I had all my boys around me. They all laid their hands on me and prayed for healing. That night, I went to bed, and I remember laying in bed, sleeping on the floor with this guy. I remember laying in bed, and I said to my boy Dustin, I said, yo, man, I don't feel anything in my legs. I don't feel any pain in my legs. So that was on Monday night. So I wake up the next morning, I'm feeling pretty good. I remember walking to school. I'm walking like this a little bit. Yeah. Feeling pretty nice. I'm feeling nice. I got a little bounce in my step. And I haven't walked in 4 months. So I'm just excited to be able to walk. But I'm feeling good. I feel loose. So I'm kind of bouncing and hopping and everything. And then I start jumping and everything. I'm walking to school, right? So I'm walking to school. And I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. So I start walking like this. I start walking like this. Right? I don't know what's going on because I feel great. So I start running upstairs, I start running around, sprinting to school. I have the biggest smile on my face. I'm walking to school like this. So I just look like a clown, right? I got size 17 feet, so I look like a clown anyways. So I'm walking to school like this and everything, feeling great, running to school. That was on the Tuesday, that happened Wednesday. And on the Thursday, we had a practice, so I went and warmed up with the guys, sprinted to practice, remember sprinting in. Putting on my jersey, putting on my shorts. First time I suited up in 4 months. And I remember running into practice, just going, throwing down, two-handed dunk right away. So all my boys are coming up and they're like, yo, you gotta chill, man. Like, you gotta hold off. You're not healthy. You gotta go sit down. And I remember telling all my seniors, I was like, no, man, you don't understand. Like, God healed me. I'm good. I'm blessed to be here. I'm very thankful to be here. I'm grateful for everything God has done in my life and taught me through this. I'm very excited about what He has for me. I just want to encourage you guys to live everything you have out for Christ every day, because He will take care of you every day. He will take care of you. Last thing I have to say is I've had 3 checkups since. I've done a bunch of tests and everything, and all the doctors have said there's absolutely nothing wrong with me.
God's good, isn't He? Yeah. Listen, we have. Let's give a hand to our Canadian brothers. Come on, sister. What we're going to do, we've got so much tonight to get to, so if you would please go back